Described as a brilliant mind, a world-renowned MIT professor, Dr. Louis Breda spent decades studying how humans hear and communicate.
Louis was the bright one, exceptionally bright.
Mary Massey says her brother's health began to decline in 2019 after 3 strokes. That's when Fatoumata Jada, aka Fatima, a home health aide, entered the picture. Mary became suspicious after their first call.
He loves me. We're doing very well. He wants me in his will. He wants to give me power of attorney. I said, can I speak to him? No.
When she did meet with her brother to ask about a safe deposit box, her suspicions only deepened.
The lockbox, I just said, is it still there? And he nodded. And Fatima said, you can't be here, you can't do that, you're disturbing him.
Mary was concerned enough to call State Elder Services and Arlington Police. A police detective called her back.
And he said everything is fine, he's being well taken care of.
Mary called police again, saying there was possible financial exploitation. But police wrote that Breda appeared content with his current care situation. 6 days later, Breda signed this form, giving Fatima his power of attorney, controlling his care, communication, and his cash. Other pleas for help followed to police and State Elder Services. But it wasn't until April of 2022, 2 years later, that authorities stepped in. They brought in a psychologist who diagnosed Breda with dementia. What else they found? Also heartbreaking.
She took it all, not only money, and she took my brother.
As part of a lawsuit, Fatima admitted to taking $1.4 million from Breda. That included a $300,000 a year annual salary and dozens of transfers and checks for everything from hair beads to an extravagant baby gift. She also began having a sexual relationship with Breda and admitted she improperly exercised undue influence and control over Dr. Breda for personal gain. She settled the suit, agreeing to pay $500,000.
She's a health worker. You know, she should not be writing checks. She should not be dealing with his finances.
Attorney Stuart Gardner represents Mary Massey and says this case raises questions about how well authorities are trained to handle sophisticated elder fraud schemes.
They can stop the guy running down the street with a purse or something. They don't understand when they come in for 5 minutes and pull Dr. Breda aside and say, are you okay?
You admitted to taking $1.4 million from Louis Breda. Why would you do that? Fatima declined to speak on camera, but off camera, she told 5 Investigate she's done nothing wrong, saying Breda wanted her to have his money, that they were in love, and took trips together.
It's outrageous that this happened at the scale and level that it did.
Alice Diamond is a volunteer with AARP's Fraud Watch Network.
I cannot imagine the circumstances under which a caregiver should ever be given power of attorney.
Why?
Because the caregiver's role is to provide physical care, groceries, errands.
Are there systems in place to protect vulnerable individuals?
There are, but clearly they all failed in this case.
That's why Mary Massey is speaking out.
Why would anybody report a caregiver after this, after they learn that you could have such egregious action and not be punished? And that whole system needs to be looked at and has to be changed.
Mary Massey says she met with the DA about pressing charges, but they declined. Arlington police tell us they referred Dr. Breda to numerous agencies for help. And Minuteman Senior Services, who Mary also called, said they cannot comment on individual cases. Dr. Breda died in September 2022. He was still in Fatima Jada's care. Brittany Johnson, 5 Investigates.
Well, Brittany, thank you for that. If you have something that you think 5 Investigates should look into, let the team know. It's easy. Call the number on your screen or send an email to 5investigates@wcvb.com.